What's up, beautiful people? Happy Thursday. Getaway day for your San Diego Padres. Not in the cards last series against the Cardinals. We dropped the series 2-1. Going to be recapping some good, going to be recapping some bad. A semi-chime kind of life for our starting pitching. Someone may have to get Batman on the line because we may have a Harvey Dent situation going around in the bullpen. Some trade rumors going around right now with the Marlins. Some risky, ridiculous running and scoring position numbers that we've seen in the past that I want to look into a little bit more. And then on to San Francisco. Let's do it. I know I've said it for 20 plus years, but I got a feeling this is the year. God, Tatis is such a sexy guy. Keep the faith, baby.
1 year soon, the baseball gods will smile on the San Diego Padres, and we will have a parade.
Stay vibrant, Friar Faithful.
And now your handsome host, Beto Diaz on Friar Field Talk.
Jumping right back into it, we unfortunately can't hold off the Cardinals. Just wasn't in the cards. We had our Yu-Gi-Oh moment, and we let it slip. Eminem would be so disappointed in us. But losing the series to the Cardinals, I mean, losing 2-1, obviously not good. Whenever you lose a series against anyone, it's not good, especially when you're at home. And adding on to the point from the last video, these types of games where the team's, above average, maybe around the average line like we are, playing games like these are extra important because when it comes September, when it comes all this time, these games matter the most against teams that have playoff aspirations as much as we do. I'm going to recap a little bit looking back into this. Let's go on to the first game. Got the stat lines here. Sorry, excuse me. So obviously the Padres lose the first game 6-2. Waldron goes 4 innings, allows 9 hits, 4 earned runs, 1 walk, 7 Ks, which is a bit of a surprise because he hasn't always been noticeably too much of a strikeout pitcher. But yeah, he goes 4 innings, 9 hits, 4 earned runs, 1 walk, 7 Ks. Kind of gets jumped on from the beginning, allows 4 runs to start the game. So we're already in a big hole. Already in the first inning, allowed 3. In the fourth inning, he allowed 1. Kind of did settle down a little bit and was able to kind of get enough, keep us at least competitive. I know this is kind of a repetitive thing that I've been talking about our starting pitchers keeping us in the game. I think, if anything, we're semi-charmed right now with our starting pitching. We'll look into Yu Darvish and obviously Joe Musgrove on his start, which was probably by far the best start of all 3 pitchers this series. But looking at Waldron, no numbers really excite me. Obviously, he's our 5th starter, so it's kind of hard to, have trust in your 5th starter. I don't know how many teams in Major League Baseball can go out there and say, or I feel like we're going to win every 5th start. It's just not the case with almost every single team, unless you're the Braves or someone like that. But yeah, it didn't look very good. I wanted to highlight a little bit now of Jackson Merrill. Jackson Merrill gets his first big knock of the season. First home run of the year. Kind of the biggest, brightest spot about this game. Not much really going offensively, obviously, with the 2 runs. But I did want to show Jackson Merrill's big bomb. This came in the 3rd. Gibson was kind of rolling a little bit. Takes it out. 93 left side, outside of the plate. Barely goes over the plate to left field. His first big league home run. Looks good. Feels it. I kind of like this kid a lot more because I feel like he kind of has a little bit of like a cockiness to him. So I'm all for paper. If I'm fucking 20 years old and I'm kicking your ass, I'm gonna say something, So I kind of like the swag he's got going on. Everyone gives him the silent treatment in the dugout. You love to see it. And then, Jackson Merrill was the highlight of this game by far. Not much other really sparking together with at-bats. Let's see. Another point I wanted to figure out for this video was the ridiculous runners in scoring position. This game was no different. 0 for 1, which kind of tells the tale of the game. We had 1 goddamn runner in scoring position all game. And when he was in scoring position, we couldn't bring him in. So kind of a testament to what the game was like. I don't really, obviously the Cardinals played a good game. They scored 6 runs. Gibson was on. We couldn't hit him. I don't want to highlight the loss too much because who the hell likes talking about losses? Other good highlight of this game, I forgot, El Nino with another rocket piss missile to left field. The bat drops, man. Oh, they just exude sex, bro. How sexy is that? Upper deck, just absolutely tatered. Again, though, nobody's on. So it's like, oh, 6-1, but now we'll chip away, make it 6-2. And this is already in the 6th inning to go down 4. I love that little trot. Beautiful. Nino still continues to rake. Obviously, in the grand scheme of it, the fact that he's clobbering the ball right now is great to see. Probably the only other highlight. Bullpen, looking at the bullpen again. Brito comes in, allows 2 runs. This is a bit of a regression from him. He had recently came in the past series. He ended up doing well. So I thought, oh, maybe he's bouncing back. So a little bit of regression from him. He goes 1 inning, 3 hits, 2 runs, 1 walk, 1 K. Obviously a little alarming here because with Waldron struggling, that 5th spot in the rotation I feel is wide open. And I was hoping that maybe if Brito could show some continued success and some consistency, he could maybe get the spot. But seeing this in game 1 was a little bit of a drag, such a drag. And Kolek ends up coming in after him. Also another guy that we had highlighted earlier in the other podcast. I feel like this guy can maybe be an innings eater. You know, the guy you throw out there, the bottom feeder type of dude. He goes 2 innings, allows 2 hits, strikes out 3 with 1 walk. Pretty good game. Enyo, my boy, who I'm still promoting and hoping he gets the 7th spot, him or Wandy. Wandy, obviously, the last 2 games looked very well. We'll talk about him in the next seconds here. And then Cosgrove pitched 1 and allowed 1 strikeout. So overall, 5 hits from the bullpen. When your starter goes 4, obviously Brito was the big one. He allowed a couple of runs, and Kolak, Enyo goes hitless, and Cosgrove goes hitless. So talking back about that Harvey Dent idea we got going on. You know, the Two-Face. For those that don't know Batman, I mean, most of you I'm sure do, but if you don't, Harvey Dent, Two-Faced. So we're like right in the middle. What the hell are we going to get? We're going to get the burnt, nasty shit that's allowing bombs every day? Or are we going to get the guys that allow 1 hit in the bullpen the last 2 games? So, yeah, we'll move on from this game. It was a dud from the start. We were down 4-0 in the 2nd inning. Waldron didn't have it. It happens, you know? Screw it. Hopefully it doesn't happen too often and keep happening. But that was game 1. Moving now to game 2. If this loads. Okay, here we go. We lose game 2 as well, 5-2. This was the Yu Darvish game. Yu Darvish actually looked pretty good. He went 7 innings, which nowadays, you know, when you're talking about Yu Darvish, he's either going to go 5 and he's going to struggle, or he's going to go 7 or 8 and throw a gem. Unfortunately for him, no run support. Allowed the big hit to Contreras. He allows a home run. Let's go ahead and look at his stat line really fast. Darvish goes 7, which is spectacular. 5 hits, 3 earned runs, 1 walk, and 6 Ks. I thought he pitched pretty good. He definitely kept us competitive. He pitched a quality start. I know a lot of people are iffy on the quality start category in baseball, but I think it's an indicator of your pitcher keeping you in the game, right? And with this Padres team, I've emphasized it a lot. I feel like keeping us in the game are, you know, our biggest. How do I want to say? We need to stay in the games. Last year we had a lot of times where we stayed in the games and we had shitty running and scoring position. But as long as we can keep us in the game, I don't mind this. Obviously, the bats didn't come alive. Matsui had his first big egg of the year. Only allows 1 hit, but allows 2, 1 earned, 2 walks. He couldn't get anybody out. He was pitching like shit. Given Matsui, he had pitched pretty well before this. It's kind of hard, and maybe it was a dud. You know, it happens. But Wandy comes in, kind of gets the burst of it, and gets the inning out. Doesn't allow a hit. And then Avila comes in, has 1 walk and 1 K. So bullpen allows 1 hit. I mean, Darvish does go 7, but that's pretty good. So talking about the Harvey Dent stuff again, like, that's not bad. If someone tells you put a gun in your head and you goes, your bullpen allowed 1 hit today, you're probably going to think, damn, we probably did pretty good. Or at least we're in the game, you know? So that's what happened here. Not bad from Darvish. Unlucky. Has the Wilson Contreras home run. And, you know, let's just try and play this now.
There are giants.
Oh, I guess they have ads. I don't really want to play it. We don't need to see that shit, right? Who the fuck wants to see your team getting homered off of? But obviously, Contreras with the big knock kind of opens up the game, gives them the 3-2 lead. Looking at the at-bats, again, Tatis 2 for 4, Cronenworth 1 for 3, Machado egg. I'm noticing it's either Machado hits 2 doubles, a home run, or Machado egg. So, obviously, not someone who needs to be worried about. We know who Machado is. We know what he's going to do. Kimbop 0 for 4, Profar 1 for 4, Camposano 3 for 4. This was his big game. He started off the game giving us the 1-0 lead. Tyler Wade also had a big clutch moment. He goes 1 for 4. He had a double to give us a lead again, 2-1. But obviously, like I said, Darvish allows the big home run, and we just can't find any help after that. Helsley gets the save for the Cardinals. Darvish gets his first loss of the year. Michaelis was the starting pitcher. He looked shaky, kind of like he did against the Dodgers, but obviously he did enough. He went 7 hits. Obviously, we were hitting him just in untimely situations. Going back to the runners in scoring position, we go 2 for 7, which, in my opinion, is not very good. 2 for 7 running score position. In the game before that, you go 0 for 1. You kind of figure that you're going to lose both games, and obviously, as we know now, we did lose both games. So, not great here. Obviously, like I said, semi-time crown of life for our pitchers. Darvish looked good. He looked good enough, but obviously couldn't get him as much run support as we wanted to. Yeah, fuck this game. Another loss. Screw it. Now, happy times. We're about to be happy again. Boom! 3-2 win. Musgrove shoves. A great game by him. Let's find his stat line. He goes 6. I'm almost positive. Yeah, he goes 6. Goes 6. Allows 5 hits. 1 earned run. 1 walk. 7 Ks. He had some nasty shit going on here. Let me go ahead and pull this up. He had some nasty spin rate going on. He was fooling a lot of the Cardinals batters. Strikes out 7. And just looked really, really good. Just wait for this ad to load. Which is really good for us because Musgrove have looked a little shaky the last couple of times. Obviously, with it being the beginning of the season, a lot of pitchers are still trying to find their groove, you know. But this was really, really, really good to see from good old Java Joe, who was the spotlight, obviously, of the day. Gets us back in the dub category. Gets us the final win as we win 3-2. I want to show some highlights from good old Java Joe. Was really getting some good spin rate on his ball. Was getting a lot of swing and misses. Kind of fooling the Cardinals a little bit. Yeah, it's still going to take a look. Gets Contreras here. Makes him look absolutely foolish. So you look at that. That is a beautiful, beautiful curve there. 82, just absolutely fooling batters. That little strut he does is so sexy too. 87, a lot of like non-cheese stuff. A lot of breaking stuff. A lot of movement. This right here is just ridiculous. The guy's swinging a ball in the other batter's box. Freezes Goldie. This is a huge play here. Higashioka catches and caught stealing 2 in 1 inning. He ends up hitting a bomb the same inning, a feat that has never been done since 2000. Only 2 players in MLB have done this, where they gun 2 runners and hit a home run in the same inning. So yeah, Joe looked great. Joe looked fantastic. It was really encouraging to see because he had not looked like himself the last couple of games. Obviously coming back from the injury last year that kept him out for a while. Really exciting to see. Looking at some stat lines here now. One that I made a big point is the runners in scoring position. So we won the game, and I'm happy, and I'm sure everyone's happy. When you win, that's all that matters. No matter if you win 1-0, no matter if you win 10-0, a win's a win. In 2 months, we're going to see what our record is. This is going to be an indicator of it. However, the ridiculous runners in scoring position in this game outdo all the rest. Padres go, excuse me, some spicy, 0 for 11. 0 for 11 with runners on scoring position and leave 9 on base. This has 2023 written all over it. 0 for 11 with runners in scoring position and you win the game, which is pretty impressive. How we scored, bases loaded in the first. Thompson was having some problems. Ends up walking Profar with the bases loaded, and Nino comes up and gets a force out, grounds out, but he ends up getting the run. I'll play it here for you. First and third, 2-0 count. Gets a little meatball, but somehow rolls over it. Obviously, Nino's too fast. They can't get him, so run scores. We go up 2-0 in the second. Doesn't matter how you get the runs. It's just, getting them, especially with this team. We never fucking score, and we always have problems with runners in scoring position, which seems like it's going to be another fucking focal point of the season. I'm trying to remain optimistic about it, but it's just seeming like timely hitting again is going to be a fucking issue. Obviously, Arenado singles and Contreras to get a run. The big knock of the day comes from Kyle Higashioka. Obviously, that feat that he accomplished, pretty crazy. Gets a ball here, right over the plate, and he lets him have it. almost hits the canals? I don't know what the fuck that sign is. But gets a good ball, a mistake for sure, but makes him pay for it. And how many times have we seen our batters not make fucking shitty-ass pitchers pay for their mistakes? So good to see, especially from a backup catcher. This was just, a beautiful display of what his abilities can be. Obviously gunning 2 runners in the same inning, and then the big bomb. Other than that, though, not much going on offensively. 0 for 11 is just a standout statistic for me. I mean, how can we go 0 for 11 and still win the game is a fucking miracle. But I'll tell you how we did that. And that is because for the second straight game, our bullpen allows 1 hit. Cosgrove comes in, gets a little sticky situation, gets 1 walk, 2 Ks, but gets out of it. Stuff that we're used to seeing from him. A good series for Cosgrove. Really encouraging to see. Wandy comes in as well, allows 1 run. Kind of not, out of the cards yet with Wandy. I think if he can continue to look like this, he's definitely a man that you can maybe look for the 7th inning. I personally still want to go Enyel because I feel like he's been more dominant. But the talk of the town, Mr. Bobby Suarez. Mr. Big Dick Suarez goes 1 2/3. That's 5 outs, ladies and gentlemen. A closer in San Diego getting 5 outs? Does that happen? Is this real life? That's because our good old buddy Josh Hader, who is asking if we're in a playoff race in September with, he's gone now. And now we have good old Robert Bobby Suarez. I took an expert, Marty Caswell. She's on the radio for the Padres. And she asked Joe on his reaction to Bobby Suarez getting the save. And this is what he had to say. Take a listen.
Having a closer that you can go out there and rely on for more than just 3 outs is huge to us here. So he's always willing to take the ball, and we're grateful for it.
Big about the season.
Oof. Slow burn. I mean, I saw a lot of people commenting on this on Twitter, and they're like, that's not a dig at Hader. That's not. You know what? Fuck it. It is a dig. What if it is? Screw it. Showing some balls, saying, hey, look, fuck you in Houston. Which he also, on the same day, the day before, blew a save against Toronto. Bobby Suarez, 3 for 3, 5 out saves, This would never happen last year. Hell no. You're going to have Hader have... No, it doesn't happen. So I love I don't know, people want to say it's a dig. I'm choosing to believe it's a dig. I mean, how could you not take that as a dig, That sounds like he's just digging at it. Which I love. I kind of love the arrogance sometimes of baseball and the petty bullshit talk. I think it's cool. Lights a fire and under my ass. I don't know about you, but I like this. Fuck him. We got Bobby Suarez now, bitch. This is how we feel. We're winning the game. We're winning a 1-run game, which I'm sure you all remember how we did a 1-run games last year. Winning a 1-run game because Bobby fucking Suarez is knocking bitches out going 5 outs. Let's go. Get hype. I'm hype. I was hype. I'm still kind of hype. I mean, we'll take what we can get, right? Winning 1-run games. Spectacular. And having Joe Musgrove here, I thought he was doing some shade. You can take it how you want it. Maybe he was just saying he was proud of Bobby. Maybe he had nothing to do with Hader, which I'm sure he probably meant the whole Suarez thing, which is a little bit of a dig at Hader. I just hope it was just dig it in a little bit. But yeah, like that quote a lot. Going back to the stat lines, Padres end up winning this game 3-2. Hopefully a sign of better things to come. On to San Francisco. Obviously, today's off day. There was one more thing I completely forgot. I'm so sorry. Talking about our bonehead play of the series, and we got to go with our man Campusano. An absolute bonehead play. Tyler Wade, bases are loaded. Tyler Wade comes and gets a ball and tries to throw him out at home, and he doesn't tag home plate. So, not the greatest of plays here. This allows 1 run to score. Everyone stays safe. And this was still a relatively close game. Game 2 with Yu Darvish was pitching. And give me 1 second. Sorry about that. The clip wasn't working. Had to edit that out a little bit. But going back to the bonehead play of the series, Campusano with a ball that it's just, it's a bang play. I'll let you look at it here.
Emotions.
A play that probably has to be made. Like I said, bases loaded, top of the 8th, 1-run game, big hit. Arenado gets a little bubble, and he doesn't touch home plate. Yeah. Tyler Wade looks at him on the ground, starfished out, like, bro, what the fuck are we doing? I feel like there's always going to be a opponent play of the series, and this was definitely the one. Big part here, you know? It's a 3-2 game. You get that out. You have one out and a one-run game still in the 8th. Obviously, you still have the bases loaded. Here we go. Our little weak grounder bullshit from Arenado. Tyler Wade makes a good play, flips it to him. Pretty good throw, and his foot's not on the bag. A little bit of a definition of how the game went. Donovan, I don't know what the fuck he was trying to do here, but I mean, he figured it out. He stepped on the plate, and our boy's not stepping on it. So, bonehead of the play of the series goes to our man, Campy. Obviously, hard to talk shit with Camposano. He's been phenomenal, but he lands on this segment of bonehead play of the series. You hate to see it. But moving on from the bonehead plays, one last thing I want to talk about is some trade rumors that apparently have been going on regarding the Marlins. Apparently, when the season started in the offseason, Preller was going after Jesus Luzardo, starting pitcher for the Marlins, and Luis Arias, who notably had that time where he was batting 400 for like the first couple of months. One of the arguably purest contact hitters in the game, batted 354 last year. Apparently, he was going after them in a trade. And I've been seeing conflicting reports about saying that it happened in the offseason and it's possible that they could still be a trade candidate. Obviously, the Marlins have started 0-7. Can pretty much put the writing on the wall there. And obviously, Luzardo and Arias are their best two players. This was reported from Dennis Lin. I still love you, Dennis, even though you fucked up a few times. And Ken Bitch Boy Rosenthal, who I obviously do not like very much because he is a fluff-writing asshole. But I mean, he's still going to give us the most, information that we need about our team. So sometimes his name is going to have to be, you're going to have to read his shit. I mean, I don't follow him anymore, but I read other people's stuff about what he says. Fuck him, little bitch boy. But anyways, here are the ones that came out about the trade. I get saying that it was, they were trying to pull the trigger, but they weren't, here. So the Fish aren't too off a good start. They're hoping to contend in 2024. Bendix, who is the general manager for the Marlins, didn't pull the trigger because he feared he could not adequately replace Arias. I mean, it's kind of hard to adequately replace someone who is arguably the best contact hitter in the sport. So it's kind of a bullshit piece there, but I think he just pussied out. Obviously, probably with what we were offering. Obviously, we ended up getting Cease, which took that big trade haul from us. So I personally think that this trade scenario is probably wrapped up. But I haven't seen it. I've been seeing some people saying that it's still a possibility. Some people saying that maybe we'll still give up some people because of the Marlins' poor start. I don't honestly expect much to come out for this trade. I think we're done with trades for a while. Knowing Preller how he is, he's probably going to wait till maybe May, see where we're at, and then try and adjust accordingly. But yeah, I don't see a trade happening. I mean, it could happen. I could be dead wrong, but I think with the Cease trade, with the amount of prospects and haul we gave up, I don't see us trading much more. Who knows? It could. It's a rumor out there still going on. No one has dismissed it being completely gone away or faded away. So I guess we'll have to wait and see on that. Obviously, I'll keep you updated if we do end up trading for either of them. Of course, if we did somehow get Luzardo, a very, very good pitcher, and Arias, of course, very good contact hitter. I just believe that if we did trade, if there was still a possibility, we were most likely going to lose out on Cronenworth or Kim. And I don't expect the Marlins to take Cronenworth's contract. I don't see them wanting to get 7 years off of 70 or 80. And I don't see it happening. I mean, who knows? Crazier shit has happened. And Preller has been a madman with some of his trades. So it could happen. Just a rumor out there I wanted you all to hear about. It seems like it has some material to it because obviously it was talked about in the offseason. I just don't know how much of it is still out there. But other than that, looking to San Francisco, obviously day off tomorrow, game time 6:40. Really need a bounce back series. Losing our first series doesn't feel good, especially when you're at home against another playoff contending team. Kind of crazy that we play San Francisco again. This will be, after this series, 7 total games out of a total of 10. I was looking at the schedule. I think we play them again in September. So we're almost done with San Francisco, which is kind of crazy to me. I don't know whoever does the scheduling, how they find that okay or good, but I mean, I guess in a way it is good. I know obviously we're in April. These games matter. It is early, but they really matter because we only play them 3 more times after this series. So if we could take a series lead against a team that is probably going to give us fits for the playoff run, it'd be really, really important. But But yeah, game time 6:40 tomorrow, 3-game series against the Giants. Looking forward to it. I'm going to be staying from home. I don't know if you see I can't point. The crutches back here. I unfortunately fractured my ankle playing basketball, and I'm hopping around on a boot. So I have some free time on my hands at least, so I can talk more Padres baseball, try and get some more information for all you beautiful people. I saw a lot of you rocking those ponchos the other day. They looked really sick. I don't know how. I haven't seen one really in person, but you all look beautiful. Stay vibrant. Let's keep the faith. Let's move on from this shitty series against the Cardinals. Win this series against the Giants. Look good. I will talk to all of you again on Monday. Thank you for watching. I love you all. Stay vibrant, baby. Go Padres.